Before we get started, I just want to ask something. Antes de empezar, me gustaría preguntar una cosa, por favor. ¿Alguien de aquí que habla español no habla inglés o se sentiría incómodo si doy esta charla en inglés? ¿Inglés? La charla, the talk will be in English, but I'm wondering if the people that speak only Spanish feel comfortable if I do this in English. So, español. No, the talk will be in English, but si alguien no habla inglés, levante su mano. Perfecto. Ok. Lo que va a pasar es que la charla está en inglés, pero lo hice lo más como bilingüe posible. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, let's get started. Maybe I will be doing this super interactive. Oops. I will be doing this as interactive as possible. And first of all, good morning, welcome, hola, buenos días. Let's stand up and just like say buenos días to everyone. Say buenos días to the person on the side. That's how we like it. Welcome to El Salvador. My name is John. Is very excited. we are here on our second day, and this is our talk on what can people who don't have a technical background do to foster the development and the adoption of the Lightning Network. And yeah, maybe with this, I even start with this question. Please raise your hand, las manos arriba. Not yet, not a party yet, but please raise your hand if you would consider yourself someone who is not technical. Me too. Me too. And maybe given this audience, I would like to start with a very clear definition on what I will refer to here as non-technical. So if you identified with any of the statements over here, like I have posted a picture on social media, but I have never coded a bot to get likes or to get followers. That's the part of the right. It's something that someone who is more technical would do. Or I have used Excel for school or for work, but I am not really into coding, machine learning, and Python. So I am someone who likes to use tools and explore them. I'm curious, but I am not someone that is deep diving into the technicalities yet. Well, worry not, because Lightning and Bitcoin is open and is so cool that it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, there's space for you. And as Ed was explaining in the previous talk, it's about joining the party, it's about having fun, and we all have different skills that we can use and we can put to work to make the adoption and develop the environment all together, like a big team, like a big fiesta, okay? So what I will share with you is maybe a couple of examples that I have gathered in the last year of getting involved with the Lightning environment and that have helped me as a non-technical person to put my little grain of salt in the bigger thing that Lightning is. You ready? Great. So let's get started. First, you see this beautiful heart with zeros and ones. And this is one of the ways I visualize the value for value type of proposition. If you are not aware or don't know this concept yet very well, I invite you to take a look at the website, valueforvalue.info. You will find a lot of information on what this concept is about. But in a nutshell, you can start thinking about it of, if I go to the plaza, to the town square, and I hear that someone's playing the guitar, I like that the person is playing the guitar, so I give them 1 coin, 1 peso, or 1 nickel, whatever, because I like it. It's the value that the person gave me for having a nice moment in the plaza, and I give them some value with monetary in this case. But value for value does not stop there. It's not only about a monetary transaction. You can also provide value with your time, but with your skills. And this is the type of things that non-technical people also have. We all have time, we all have different types of skills, and I will be showing you different ways that you can put these skills to work, again, as a non-technical person, to bring value to Lightning, and why not, also get some value back. So brace with me because it's going to get fun. First thing, talk to your amigos. You know, amigo, amiga, just talk. We are social beings by nature, and we would like to tell people, this is how my day was, or hey, how was your lunch? Just talk to your people about general topics, but also feel free to talk with them about how Bitcoin, and specifically the Lightning Network, has an importance and is running on your day-to-day life. Maybe you're running a node. Maybe you can share with that person, this is my story on how I decided to run a Bitcoin Lightning node. Again, careful, don't dox yourself, don't keep it private, but you know what I mean. Just talk with them and share with them your experience. And again, this is as easy as it can get. Some of us are more introvert, some of us are more extrovert, but we all have different ways of expressing and sharing our ideas. So it's as simple as that, just talking with your friends who will listen to you. Maybe they don't even care about the topics, but if they are your friends, they will be there for you. So yeah, just maybe I invite you to right now think of one person, of like, this person I talk like on a regular basis. I haven't talked to this person yet about Bitcoin or about Lightning, but I could do this. And this is already creating a network effect. So you will tell this person, and maybe they will not care and they will forget about it, but maybe you will ignite a small spark that will let them get curious about it and then ask you more questions, and you will like bring them into the rabbit hole and start the whole process of like, yes, tell me more, and then the wheel just keeps spinning and spinning. So first point, talk to your amigos. Here I will share with you an example on how I did that. So for every point, I'm sharing an example. This is a community, an online Spanish-speaking community of almost 2,000 followers in social media. They are Lightning operators, Lightning node operators, but also just Lightning enthusiasts, people that want to learn about Lightning. So on the left-hand side, we see that before I saw an amigo, a virtual friend that I followed, and I noticed that this friend had a really cool podcast, but the podcast was not still accepting sats. So you know that the podcasting 2.0 technology, where you can stream sats for listening to the podcast, like as a sign of gratitude and appreciation for the show. Well, I tell this friend that hosts this podcast, note, the podcast is from an account that has almost 20,000 followers. So this is already like, like the big influencers out there. We all follow someone who is posting about travel, about fashion, about food. So you can directly go and engage with that person and tell them like, hey, you could be earning sats, like real Bitcoin, just by using podcasting 2.0. And I tweeted that to them. I explained them in no more than 5 minutes how it worked. And you see the picture after that now they are enabling the podcast 2.0. And again, this is a way of developing and fostering the adoption and the development of Lightning, because then more people will be aware like, oh, I can use this tool to get some extra money, not only from what I'm getting already from my sponsors or my patrons or whatever. So it's, again, right now, maybe focus still on the niche, but I'm sure that we all have our favorite podcaster or blogger that might as well use this and appreciate this. So do it, and you might get a shout out or even a free invite to the show. Who knows? So next point. This is called feedback or comentarios, and the two magic words is por favor y gracias. So please and thank you. When we're talking about this, is that I am referring to just talking to the people who are building. You may know that there are the companies or the developers building amazing tools and getting super creative, putting lots of effort on building the most efficient, the most solid and elaborate type of tool. But again, we are human, and humans may commit a mistake or something, and that's where the magic of teamwork comes into place. So I will show you a very quick video. It's just 1 minute of a real life example that I found on the web that, well, if this doesn't inspire you, at least it really inspired me. So let me show you here. It will have subtitles in English and in Spanish.
Teaming up for contributing to the Thunderheart repository. What is exactly your contribution to Thunderheart?
It was very small. Basically, I just fixed one spelling error that I noticed.
Spelling errors.
It was like one of my first pull requests ever. So like, yeah, for context, like I'm not a coder, not a developer, but just the fact that I'm like willing to try out the products, and try out new features and give feedback, like that's super valuable, and the developers and the builders really appreciate the feedback.
I think this is a call out to all our listeners that think, well, we can't do a lot of things because we are not a programmer or someone who is a developer. It's really a call out to use it, test it, talk about it, and look at the repositories. And if you see a spelling error, then make a request to fix it. But yeah, I agree with you. It's very important.
So that was GC from the co-founder of Ambos, a very popular website where people can find information about the Lightning Network and the nodes running on the Lightning Network. But as you can see, GC is not a programmer, a software developer. He just found a simple spelling mistake, and we can all find spelling mistakes everywhere on the internet. But he went the extra step, the extra mile, and said, dear developer, please take a look here because this spelling mistake may be confusing for your users or for other people who want to further develop on the tool that you're creating. And also he mentioned that it was the first time he did that. So if you are not technical, I invite you to take a look at the solutions that are out there and just engage with the developers. Again, feedback and comments are super well appreciated because that way the developers and the technical people get the feedback like, oh, what I'm using, it's really making a difference and even can be further improved thanks to the comments from real users. So second point, feedback and comentarios. Please and thank you. This is a little bit similar to what we just saw. So not only in terms of feedback on how I'm using the different applications, but also translating and helping with people, helping the language barrier get lower and lower, because it's true that while this very conference, for example, is hosted in English as the international language, not everyone has the privilege to speak fluent English. So I invite you that if you have the privilege to speak more than one language and you would like to bring solutions that already exist and that you find super cool, again, just contact the developers and tell them, hey, I think that what you're doing super cool is super cool. I speak English and X language. I can help you with the translation. And here I have another example. This is like without audio, but this is exactly how I would do it. I would go to the GitHub page of the project. In this case, it's a Lightning tip bot. That's how it's called, like a wallet on Telegram. And yeah, there's where they got the different languages that they have already translated to, but there are more than 10 or 15 languages. And if I am from a region where like a very small population speaks certain language, and I speak that language and English, then I might as well be helping and bringing that solution translated so people that do not speak the English language can also make use and benefit from that. It's the value that you can already bring as a non-technical person, but someone that has the privilege to speak more than one language and the openness to work and collaborate with the developers. Let's go with the next one. This is my favorite, to be honest, because it's called create or crear in Spanish. And we have all seen this when we go into the plane, like put your mask first on yourself and then on the kid. And of course, it's way more fun to look at these fun pictures than reading like a whole page of text. It's attractive, it's appealing. And some of us have a talent for creating beautiful designs or just putting a very fun and a very interesting idea into a fun meme. So some of you are meme masters, and again, that's something that it's not technical, but has such a big impact because people will be able to grasp the idea in a non-technical way very quickly, and will be able to share that right away. And again, you don't need to be the ultra expert and knowing exactly how the code behind the solution is working, but if the solution is helping you do or make use of Lightning in your day-to-day life, you might as well share it with a small tutorial, maybe a meme explaining a concept in a small one-pager or something. Here, the takeaway is that we need a lot we need to do so much more to help on the documentation, to help the newcomers get started. We are already starting as we are sitting on here, but there are like hundreds, millions of people out there that are not even aware of this yet, but thanks to the creation of content, the creation of design and memes, this is how the message will flow out of the niche and the technical experts to some people or most people that just want to make use of a solution that makes their lives a little bit more comfortable, a little bit easier. Let me show you an example that I created some months ago. So I was taking information from the Mastering the Lightning Network book from Antonopoulos and allies. And of course, this is a very technical book. It's like really explaining the nuts and guts on how Lightning is working. So here I put a couple of examples on how I tried to synthesize this content and put it in a very, very attractive way. It's an infographic, and I'm sharing this every now and then. This is open, so anyone can take it and share it without any type of problem. It's like an open source license, because it's about that. If I know that I am not technical, but I have some understanding and I can put it into a nice, creative way, the communication takes place, and that's awesome, no? Excuse me. Is anyone here, by the way, like a meme creator, or who likes memes here? Yeah, there you go. There you go. So if you're a meme creator, you might as well be like a meme curator. So you select your best memes and you save them, so you can like, yeah?
Can I ask a question? Can you, guys, how many people use GitHub? So you see, I think there's a disconnect between, I mean, it took me ages to learn stuff. Not only GitHub, but programming and stuff and the stack and everything.
A small workshop on how to
Use GitHub and Pebble.
would be really good.
I have a better idea for you. I don't work for GitHub, right?
Taking note, taking note. But
I just find out for my son, I created a
Yep.
GitHub account, and if you create a new account, they take you by the hand and you
Yep.
the workshop. It's really well done. So give it a chance. I think I wish I learned this much earlier. That's what I want to say. That's it.
yeah, true. And I mean, that's one of the channels, and of course there are just more channels. I don't even need to use GitHub, but if a friend just like, I don't know, sent me some money from abroad, I could put that experience into a meme and share it. And if it's a really good quality meme, it becomes viral, and people will be curious on like, how did you achieve that? And they start getting involved and curious about the value in the technology. So there are endless ways. I'm here just mentioning like a handful of ways, and I'm sure that there are more. But yeah, like GitHub it's I think as important as knowing how to use like the normal or the popular social networks. So yes, that's on the create part. And another one that I would like to show you is called experiences. You know how there's all this cultural movement on experiencing the moment, especially on younger generations that are not really spending on material things, but more on like, oh, I'm having like this frappuccino, or I'm spending my vacations in watching the sunset over here. And that's what I try to represent here with this picture. But actually, what we are doing right now, all of us in attending this conference, it's exactly that. It's an experience. We are experiencing an environment with other people who may be like-minded, who may be also interested in some things that are also interest us. And this is already an experience, something that we will take with us when we go back home if we are not locals. And remember, for the rest of our lives, I might go back to where I came from and tell my friends and my family, hey, I went to El Salvador and I met these great people, I had this experience, I paid with Bitcoin, and it's about telling how did this make you feel, because the feelings transcend. It's great to have a tool and to have a solution for something, but when you share with close people how you feel about something, that's what really touches their heart. So take the rest of the experience that you will have in this event and like absorb as many moments as you can, and share specifically how you felt right now with the other people once that you go back home. And you might be thinking, hey, but like some of us cannot be traveling around the world. We cannot go to Bitcoin Beach in El Salvador or to Bitcoin Island in the Philippines. I just can't. Like my life status or the way I'm in life right now doesn't allow me to do that. Well, I have good news for you, because sometimes you don't even need to travel around. Sometimes there are even already situations or micro environments just around the corner. And this is enabled thanks to the vendors, merchants, meetups, and everything related to Bitcoin that is already happening just around the corner. And for this, I'm taking this snapshot from the bitcoinmap.org, where you can see that, yeah, pretty much 80 to 90% of the regions are covered. So again, maybe it's not literally the next block, but you may know someone like 100 or 200 kilometers away, or you may have family in another city that you would like to visit for vacation. So once that you go and visit that place, you can take a look and see, oh, this place is accepting Bitcoin. I mean, maybe it's something, I don't know, maybe they sell shoes and you don't even need shoes, but you just go there and talk to the people and talk and discuss on like, how is it going? How is your business going? Like, what would you recommend me to also like tell the local shoe shop in my little town or little city to also start accepting Bitcoin or get also on board on this? And again, this is at the same time experience. Maybe not exactly the same experience as being here in a conference, but still experience nonetheless. Has any one of you have had like this type of experiences before? Just like talking to other people that are accepting Bitcoin?
I make myself.
You make them. You create them. Yeah, that's also something good. Like you create the experience. Please, over there.
I talked to lots of people about accepting everywhere I go, I ask if I can do Bitcoin try to demo like a wallet so you can
Yeah.
buy payments. And if they have time, otherwise if they don't have time, I just give them a fire.
Yeah. No, congratulations and kudos to applause for him, because that's exactly the experiences we're looking for. It's about talking to people, because maybe for some type of character, if they read something away or they listen to it, it doesn't really like they don't feel like it's related to them. But if someone who is their customer, someone who they know from closer comes and says, "Oh, I'm using it," that sends a stronger message. It's really like a different channel and like way higher possibility to change and start sparking that curiosity on that person. So again, I recommend that this experience type of approach is fun not only for you, but also for the people around you. And yeah, with this, I invite you to keep visiting places, coming to different conferences, exploring different areas where Bitcoin is becoming more talked about, more popular. You're already here, so congrats on that. And with this, I would like to thank you for your time and for your attention so far. Yes? Sure.
Literally my talk in 5 minutes.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Literally right here in 5 minutes, I learned something from you.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you about, I don't know if you know this community is Hello Bitcoin.
No?
Yeah, HELLOCO.in.
Mm-hmm.
Just search on Google for Hello Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
It gives some very good introduction kind of like videos for people.
Yeah. Onboarding and so on.
It's
Yeah.
it's more like the principles and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and there's some nice visualizations as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Look at them as well.
Yeah, please. So to your question, it's mostly it's virtual. And the thing is that it's pretty decentralized in a way. So there's like, but yeah, I think that typically you will see like regional conferences like where we are right now, and then just by asking the questions, you see how you got 2 or 3 different answers. Hello Bitcoin, the talk that is about to happen, and this is how you find those circles and environments where you go and see how you feel by interacting with the different people. And that's also, I think, something really cool, that there are different alternatives. So if you go and find one community that is Bitcoin focused, but you don't feel like this vibe, that you're not like really flowing with what they are sharing, there will most likely be another community in like pretty much all major languages. And more often than not, it's really fun, because again, just like when we are sitting here and spending time in this conference, we're just having fun and learning from different ideas, and again, putting our little grain of salt on making the adoption of Bitcoin and the Lightning Network go further. So we're good for now. Have a good rest of the conference. Yep. Yes. I have still like a little few remaining stickers over here. I left already some scattered around the table, so please go ahead and take them. It's a Spanish-speaking community focused on Lightning. Yes? Yeah, please, go, as many as you need.